Dear students, today we have a story of Sally Morgan. Sally Morgan is a writer from Western Australia. She was born in 1951 in Perth. She has a story of My Place. It is known as her autobiographical story. So, if you have time, please just go through that one, that My Place. It was written in 1987. Here we have a brief description about her profile. Anyway, let's go to that one. Sally Morgan was born in 1951 in Perth, Western Australia. Her father was a white man and her mother was part Aboriginal. When Sally Morgan was 9 years old, her father committed suicide, leaving her and her 4 sisters and brothers to be raised by her mother and part Aboriginal grandma. She was born in 1951 in Perth, Western Australia. Her father was a white man and unfortunately he committed suicide while she was in her 9 years old. This made a big problem in her family because at that time she had 4 sisters and brothers, and all this burden of the family just fell upon the shoulder of her grandma and mother. Sally Morgan is a descendant of the Paku people from the Pilbara region. She completed a Bachelor of Arts degree at the University of Western Australia in 1974, majoring in psychology. Her favorite subject in her Bachelor of Arts degree, that means a BA degree, her favorite subject was psychology and she just majored in it. Today she is a very successful novelist and artist. Her first book, My Place, was very popular and it won her the Patricia Wexstad Award in 1988. She is married, has 3 children and chose to live a very private life. Now she is married and she is just leading a private life. That means she is not exposed to the society. However, she is a good writer and has enough reputation in society. Here it has been given some of the works of Sally Morgan. My Place, 1987, Wana Muragani, the story of Jack McPhee, the Corner story, Mother and Daughter, the story of Daisy and Gladys Corner, Sally's story, The Art of Sally Morgan. So here it is a suggestion. Before reading the letter by Sally Morgan, discuss in small group what you know about the stolen generations. If you have, it is not. It can't be done now because this one is going through the online. If you have a session of offline class, definitely it is a good topic to discuss. Stolen generations. Some girls and boys don't have the right to live at their own will. So this type of boys and girls or the generation is known as stolen generation. Anyway, let's go to the letter by Sally Morgan. The bus swayed back and forth, making my tired old head hurt even more. Here she's having a journey on a bus, and there are some reminiscences, there are some memories in her mind while she's just traveling on a bus. The bus swayed back and forth, making it is jerking. The bus is jerking and making my tired old head hurt even more. Really, I wanted to cry. By sitting in this bus, she is just remembering something in her life. I wanted to cry. A first person narration. I wanted to cry. Really, she wanted to cry, but no one cried on a bus. She knows that it is not a place to cry. A bus is not a good place to cry because a bus is for general public transportation. So here, most of the time, where we people want to cry in a private place. So bus is not a private place to cry. So she really wanted to cry there, however she can't it. She can't do it. I glanced down sadly at the old biscuit tin sitting on my lap. While she is traveling this bus, there's a tin, an old tin in her lap. Old biscuit tin in her lap. Scotch shortbreads, they weren't even her favorites, but she had liked the color of the tin, so I had given them to her. Really, she does not. She is just carrying this one for someone, but she is thinking about that person. We don't know who she is thinking about now. However, we know that she is thinking about someone, but that person is not there with her now. Anyway, but she had liked the color. The person whom she is carrying for this one does not really like the materials in this tin, but she might have liked the color of the tin, so I had given them to her. I sighed and wiped away the tear that was beginning to creep down my cheek. She was about to cry. She was going to cry. But in order to stop that crying, she is trying hard. I sighed and wiped away the tear that was beginning to creep down my cheek. She was gone. She is thinking about a person. That person is not there at present. She was gone. That person was gone. And I felt old and lonely and very disappointed. She's still thinking about the person who was disappeared from her presence. And what is her next thought? My fingers traced around the lid of the tin and slowly loosened it. Now the author really wanted to open that lid of that tin, lid of the tin. Inside was all she should had to leave, a thin silvery. Now just she is looking at inside the tin. Now she has opened the lid of the tin and she is just looking at the tin, and inside was all she had to leave, a thin silvery necklace, some baby photos, her citizenship certificate, and the letter. Now while she's just looking at this tin, what she can see, the author can see some necklace, a silvery necklace, some baby photos, her citizenship. Her means the person who is not there with her now. A certificate and the letter. I smiled when I remembered how it had taken her so long to write. While she is just looking at this letter, she remembers that now it has taken so many years, or so many days, or so many months to write to her. She had gone over and over every word, and over means again and again every word. Now she's just she wanted to read that letter again and again. It was so important to her. We had even joked about the day I would have to take it to Elaine. The day had come sooner than we both expected. Sometime she was just waiting for a special day for the person whom she is expecting. Now that day had come. Now that day had come. Sooner than we both expected. That day had come sooner than we expected. I have failed, I told myself as I lifted out the necklace. It had been bought for the Elaine's 10th birthday, but we hadn't known where to send it. Now we knew where Elaine lived, but she did not want the tin or anything in it. Now the memory, a flashback is going here. It is taking place. What is that? I have failed. Again, a first person narration here. I have failed. The author has failed. I told myself as I lifted out the necklace. Now, for the first time, she is just taking that necklace out of this tin. It had been brought for Elena's 10th birthday. For what purpose she bought this necklace? It was for her 10th birthday. Still, we don't know who is this Elena, but we had known where to send it. She has bought this for her 10th birthday, but and all these years it is just remaining in this tin. It has been remaining in this tin, and but we had known where to send it. Really, she had bought this one long years before, but still it is remaining in that tin. Why? She does not know where to send it. She does not know where about that person, that Elena. So it is still remaining in that tin. Now we knew where Elena lived, but she did not want the tin or anything in it. Finally, later she had found where she lived, but she cannot send it. What is the reason? Because the person, this Elena, does not want to receive it from her. I place it back gently on top of the photo. What's the result of this one? Finally, while she opened the tin, we can see what already we have just mentioned, the materials are necklace, photos, citizenship certificate, everything, and she took it out of the tin, and finally she just put it on the photo of that Elena. Now we knew where Elena lived. We knew where she lived, but she is not ready to receive it, and I place it back gently on top of the photo. And it says, whenever she wants to see her daughter, she is just taking this photo and is having a kiss on it, on the little face of that girl, because the photo is in her childhood. I prayed that somehow you would know you had a mother who loved you. Then the mother is in expectation, she is in hope that she will one day realize her, the mother. By the time I found you, you were grown up with a family of your own. Then finally, I think this mother has found the girl while she is living with her family. I started sending you letters trying to reach you. I wanted to see you and my grandchildren, but you know all about that because you have sent all my letters back. I started sending you letters trying to reach you. Then this father is just she is keeping on sending the letter to reach you, trying to reach you. I wanted to see you and my grandchildren. This is the inner feeling of a mother. She wants to see her daughter and the grandchildren, but you know all about that because you have sent all my letters back. You know that where I am living because you have sent everything back, all my letters back. I don't blame you and I don't hold you any grudges. I understand. I cannot blame you because you have your own reasons to avoid me, because sometime you might have thought that I just shun you, I just kept you away from me for my better future. It is not the really it is not the reason, or it is not like that. When you get this letter I will be gone, but you will have the special things in my tin. However, the mother is just is going to stop the letter saying that sometime this is my wish that you should come here, but you are not coming here. I am very sad. However, sometime if you think that if you want to see your mother in the future life, you can come here, but sometime that time I will not be here. I might have left this world, but you will have the special things in my tin. If you come to this home, you can see one thing, that is the tin. In this tin I have kept everything that is that are lovable to me. I hope that one day you will wonder who you really are, and that you will make friends with our people, because that is where you belong. Then still the mother hopes that while the girl comes back to this home, she can be friends of my own people. That means the mother wants the girl to be friend with the people of her own aborigines. That is where you belong. Please be kind to the lady who gives you my tin. Then sometime if you come to my home, at that time sometime I will not be there because I will have died. And that time if you come to my home, you will be given a tin by my sister, that is your auntie, and you receive that one from her, and where you can find out my loves, because all these things I have just kept in the tins from your loving mother. This is the way she is just going to wind up the letter. My hands were shaking as I folded the letter and placed it back in the tin. She has been reading this letter in while she is just traveling in the bus, and now she wanted to back it to put it back in the tin. It was no use. I tried, but it was no use. Nelly had always been the strong one in our family. She would never given up on anything. Then she has written this letter many days ago or many months ago, and always keeping this in this tin. She does not want to send it to her daughter because she is in utter disappointment that she will not write back or she will not reply to this letter. So thinking this one, she is again keeping this letter to the tin. While she is about to keep this thing, some memories just coming towards her. Memories just coming towards her mind. What is that? It is about her sister Nelle. Nelle always been strong in our family. She would never give up on anything. Nelle's attitude is this: she would never given up. She had never given up on anything. She had never given up on anything. She will never avoid anything in her life. She will keep on trying on everything. She would always believe that one day Elena would come home. She always tells me that your daughter or my daughter will come to home any day in future. I pressed the lid down firmly and looked out the window at the passing road. Anyway, keeping this in mind, I just put it back into the tin, and I was just looking through the window of the bus to the road. It was good Nele was not here now. I was glad she did not know how things had turned out. Suddenly her voice seemed to whisper closer in my ear, "You always give up too easy." Then Nele was very optimistic in her life, and she was not ready to quit everything in her life. She would try everything in her life, and the same advice always she would give to her sister, that is to this author: you always give up too easy. It didn't end negative where she says you always give up too easy. That means in another way we can say her advice is like you don't give up to everything very easy. So she is getting inspiration from these words. She decided not to leave the attempt to send this letter to her daughter. Don't, I said quietly. I don't know what to do then. Nelly was right. That girl was our own flesh and blood. I could not let her go so easily. She decided finally to send the letter to this girl because this girl is our flesh and blood. I looked down at the tin again and felt strangely better, almost happy. I will make one last try. I thought to myself, I will get a new envelope and mail to her. She might just read it. And she decided to send this letter finally to this daughter, whether she read it or not. No problem. She finally decided to send the letter to the daughter. I will get a new envelope. I was out of in the yard when I heard the phone ring. Then she was just coming home from the bus, and while she was just approaching the home, she heard the ringing of the phone. I felt sure that by time I got inside it would stop, but she is not sure that she could take the receiver of the ringing phone because she is a little bit far away from that receiver. By the time she is approaching her, it had someday it might have stopped. It takes me a long while to get up the back steps these days. Hello, I panted as I lifted the receiver. And however, she finally reached the receiver and she took the receiver and she asked the question, "Auntie Busy, who is this?" She felt first it would be her Auntie Busy, and finally she realized it is not Busy, and she's asking the next question, "Who is this?" I asked in surprise because the sound from the other side is not familiar with her. So she asked the next question, "Who is this?" I asked in surprise, "It is Elena." Elena. I could not believe it. So, but the other end of the voice from the other end just told it is Elena. Elena, I could not believe it. It had been 2 months since I mailed the letter. The last 2 months before I mailed the letter, but no response so far. Now, when she reached home, she could hear the sound of her daughter. It is Elena. Is it really you, Elena? I asked. Yes, it is me. I want to talk to you. Can I come and see you? Oh yes, anytime. Then from the other end, the voice asked the permission. This is lady to the author. Can I see you? Can I come and see you? This was the question. Oh yes, in surprise she replied. Oh yes, of course. You can come here and see me. I will be there tomorrow, auntie. Take care of yourself. But while she just finishing the conversation, she called her auntie. You see, the daughter called her. The daughter called mother, and I will be there tomorrow, and auntie, take care of yourself. You see, this is the way she is just stopping the conversation. My hand shook as I placed the phone back on the hook, and she just placed the phone back on the hook. It is a old phone. You know that at that time there was no mobile phone, so it is a hanging phone. Normally it is used on a hook. It is placed on a hook, and she kept it back. Had I heard right? Had she really said, "Take off yours, auntie"? Then she was in confusion. The confusion was that whether she called her auntie or mom or mother. So instead of calling mother, she just called her auntie. And had she really said it? This was her doubt. I sat down quickly in the nearest chair and wiped my eyes. Anyway, she heard the sound of her daughter, and she wiped the tears from her eyes. Well, why shouldn't I cry? I said out loud to empty room. I am not on the bus now. Nele felt very close to me just then. Ah, sister, I said, did you hear all that? Ren will be here tomorrow. Then, you see, while the story started, we can understand that the author was traveling in a bus now, and she felt crying, but she could not do it because she understood that now she is in a public place, not a private place. So it was not a good thing to cry in a public place. So this is the time, this is an opportunity, this is a chance to cry aloud because nobody is there, because it is now she is in a private room and she can cry now. I said loud to the empty room, I am not on the bus now. I am not on the bus now, so I can cry now. Nele felt very close to me just then. Our sister sighed. Did you hear all that? Helena will be here tomorrow. Then she is informing this to her sister. What? Did you hear? Did you know that she is coming tomorrow to our home? Elena will be here tomorrow. Did you hear that, sister? Elena is coming home. Now she says, you know that? Now she is coming home. Here the story stops. Did you hear that, sister? Elena is coming home. So she is just informing the arrival of her daughter to her sister. And the story is just ending here. However, we have to learn more about this story, the theme of the story, and how this black family just survived in Australia among the white people, because that time they don't have the right to keep a white child, even though they are their own children. They don't have the right to keep under their custody. So in a situation of like that, how the black people survived in Australia is a matter of study. So anyway, I ask you to read it once again. I will just share this photo PDF copy of this one to your group and read it once again. You should do your own reading on this story and must understand many things other than what I described here. Okay, anyway, a good day. Thanks for watching.